Game time decisions has begun. I am Gabe and I'm on the grid, Sirius XM channel 159. Let's do this thing. Countdown to tip-off is on the last leg of the Sweet 16. 17 national championships between North Carolina and UCLA. Let's do this thing. We got NBA basketball. We're talking match play golf, AFL football. Mick Aussie and Dubsy, we decided to combine the two of them. It's the Aussie Power Hour. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Dubsy's going to be in a good mood because his Sydney Swans rolled last night. They absolutely they destroyed it. So we're into week 2 of the AFL. We're dynamite with TNT. Oi. It's the Australian Power Hour here, man. We figured, you know what? We've got, instead of going back to back, and especially since I know Dubsy's in a good mood last night, and I was watching a game. I went 2-1 in the game. Thank you very much. I won money. I took the in-game over 179.5 and over 182.5. I did lose because I didn't think Dubsy's Sydney Swans were going to destroy the Geelong Cats like they did. A 30-point beatdown. 107-77.
How could you bet on a team who are called the Cats? I mean, they're Cats, mate. Stay clear of that. Buddy Frank can get his 1,000th goal. Yeah, it's not much better, is it? What, Mick, what's going on with our sporting teams down under? We got the worst teams. I mean, some of my teams, the Magpies, the Seagulls, I mean, that's embarrassing. The Storm. It says something about us Australians, doesn't it?
No.
The Taipans in the NBL, that's not a bad one. Sydney Kings. Yeah, back to the
NBLs.
Oh, there he is.
Breakers. That's my team. What's up, Mick?
Look at Mick.
What do you got there, Mick?
What is it, Mick? That is the Ottawa Swans, who I played my last game of football with. And the coach out there said, be careful, because Swans can actually be very vicious. But congratulations, Buddy Franklin, the 6th player of all time, VFL, AFL, to score 1,000 goals. All the thousands of people ran on the field. Some people ran on just after he kicked it. So if he missed it and kicked a point, they would have been locked up. But then there was thousands on the field. Great moment. Legend player for the Swans, and previously with the Hawthorn Hawks. That's your team, Cam.
Yeah, Hawthorn. And they're top of the table. Top of the table, Mick. 2 from 2. Sydney Swans. Let's go.
Top of the table. Yeah, you're right. Top of the table. It's 2 weeks in.
2 rounds in.
Yeah, you're right. You're 2-0 right now. It's a good call. Yeah, I was just saying, well, it's only one game. But no, you guys are already got 2 under your belt here right now. And last week, Mick, and it's just for the record, Sydney beat Great Western Sydney last week, 112-92. But Mick, you know what? I lost a bunch of money going to see the Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames, Mick. And it was one of those, Cam, I didn't remember making the bets. Like I woke up Sunday for some college basketball, and I look at my account, and I'm like, I knew it was a disaster type thing because I went to the game. I was like, but I sort of looked. I saw Adelaide plus 16.5, $150 win. And I was like, oh, nice Adelaide. So your Crows came through. They came through. They came through. Mick, they lost. They ended up losing 83-82, but they ended up covering. So, all right, let's start off with the golf first. What's the picks, Dubsy?
Look, I think Rahm's going to be a factor, plus 650. I think he gets through Brooksy tomorrow. Then he's probably going to have to take on, well, guys, I've got to touch on this. The Cinderella story. Richard Bland at 49 years of age taking on Dustin Johnson tomorrow. If he wins tomorrow, he punches his ticket to the Masters. You'd love to see it.
Dick
I
Bland.
don't think he does, though. So I pick Rahm at 650. I like Scheffler at plus 750. And then I like Will Zalatoris. His game is perfect for this, and you're still getting him at 11-1. That's great value for me. He doesn't have to putt. If he is putting, he's from 7 foot. He's great from that distance.
All right, we'll get to Cam's picks, golf picks after here. So Mick, let me bring you in here. Collingwood and Adelaide are the first ones up here tonight. We'll see if Dubsy agrees. See if Dubsy's got some AFL picks for us. Collingwood, Adelaide. It's like 18.5 points, Mick. This game. What do you make of this one? Can you guys hang around tonight?
I like Collingwood, Collywobbles to win in Melbourne at the MCG. Big Mason Cox, the American, he is out. He's allowed to wear his goggles, prescription goggles, but he is out with an ankle injury. Jordan De Goey, who got in a bar fight in New York in the off-season. It was over-exaggerated. He's playing and he's a star. Thilthorpe's out for the Crows. Seedsman's still out. I like the Crows to cover, but I think the Collywobble Magpies should get it done in Melbourne.
What is a magpie?
It's a bird. Black and white bird.
Is it like a pie?
The notorious.
No.
The notorious.
It's not a pie.
If you're out riding your bike,
so you're named after the bird. All right, so
they come and peek in the back of their head. They're animals. They're ruthless.
No, I thought it was like maybe it was an Aussie thing. You know what I mean? The magpie.
Yeah, like a tasty meat pie.
It's like, all right, it's after
lovely.
the bird.
Magpie.
All right, thank you. All right, Mick. So Collingwood are going to win. I'm down minus 300 on the money. I have no problem putting them in the money line parlay. The question is, who's the other sure shot? We got Essendon and Brisbane, Port Adelaide and Hawthorn, Gold Coast and Melbourne. What's a sure shot here, Mick? What are we looking at? And dear God, how low have the West Coast Eagles fallen when the North Melbourne Kangaroos, Mick, are 25.5-point favorites over us? Dear God.
Well,
we're going to get relegated.
Benny Cousins.
You should have relegation in this league. We'd be relegated.
Well, what has happened, Gabe, is you had a lot of injuries in the off-season and round one, and you had some players coming back. But this COVID protocol, they've rubbed a heap of players out in the last day. So Eagles did start favourite. Now the Roos are slight favourite, but last I saw it was off the board. So Eagles have got a lot of players
25
out.
and a half, I can get. It's 25 and a half now.
Wow. Well, take the Eagles to cover. Roos should win, but Eagles have still got better players. Maybe take the Eagles to cover, but yeah, I changed my pick with all those COVID players out to the Kangaroos to win. But they're not very good. They're a young team coming up.
All right, so what's your best bets, Mick?
All right. I like the Demons and the Power Pap Smears in a money line parlay multi. Lions, Dockers and Magpies as well. Now, on the plus minus, I like the Tigers to cover the 8.5. They're underdogs right now. They might win that outright, but that's a tough one against GWS. Power Pap Smears to cover. Demons to cover. Crows on the plus. Bombers on the plus. And I like the Dockers to win. And I had a rough start last week before the show, the games before the show, but I went 6-0 on money line on the show. So you can get lucky, and these money line multis can come through.
This league has been hit or miss for me. I find it's gotten a little tricky over the last couple of years. There's been more upsets over the last couple of years than there used to be, but we're off to a good start. I'm trying to follow it and Cam, we're only 1 week in right now, right? So I can stay on top of it. We can, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, what's going on? So, there's 1 week in here. And I'm 5-1. I know what plays I played. So I'm 5-1 so far this year. So I've enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to hitting these parlays tonight. I'm looking at this stuff. What do you think, Dubsy?
Nah, mix the goat here, boys. My boys already got the big win up. There's one thing I do like early in the season here with the AFL. That's the unders. I think you brought up the line earlier. And the Eagles game 165. I love the unders in the first few weeks. The boys are still scrapping it around, trying to get that sort of chemistry going in attack. 165. That's a big total for me.
All right, Dubsy and Mick. We'll discuss the greatest Australian rock band next time. We're gonna have a debate. I think it's AC/DC.
In excess? Right? In excess? No.
Nah, I was gonna say no.
Hey, I'll tell you what, boys. Mick,
in excess for you guys both in excess. Come on, man.
I love In Excess.
In Excess, they're good.
Oh, Michael Hutchins, like a rock star, good singer as well. Yeah. Hey, Mick, what about Nick Kyrgios getting a big win today in the tennis? Nick Kyrgios, big upset over Andrei Rublev. I know you're big on
Mick's
Kyrgios.
favorite tennis player.
So great to see. I know you're excited about that one.
great to
see. I can't stand him. Why'd you ruin the segment, Dubsy? Why'd you bring him up?
Just winding you up, mate.
Mick, I'm going to ask you what I'm going to get you. I know you like to play with tennis. I'm going to get you a nice Kyrgios, nice tennis shirt, the one that he wears, the official one. Maybe same racket he uses.
Get the leg sleeve.
He's a disgrace. I wish he'd just disappear and go play his video games because that's all he wants to do. He ruined Junie Bouchard's career. He's a clown, and I still don't believe he's an Aussie, Dubsy. I think he's Greek. He's not an Aussie. He's a disgrace.
I'm claiming him, mate. I love it.
Wow, Mick.
All right.
That's it, mate.
Mick,
the Aussies coming in hard. The old hip and shoulder, Mick. Love it.
And strong. Good job, guys. And strong. Thank you, Mick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dubsy.
Thanks,
Have a
boys.
good one,
See you
guys.
Right. Figure we put them together. That was a lot of Aussie at one time there, Cam. That was
Sure
it's like
it is a lot.
watching